Hey everybody, Mike Miller with the Herald-Times, columnist Jeremy Price, coming to you from the morgue here in the Herald-Times office in Bloomington, where all of our past print editions go to die, go to live forever. Depending on how you look at things, this is where they go. Indiana's going to Iowa Tuesday night to face a suddenly slumping Hawkeyes team. Really, this is a team that's been in a slump for much of the month of February. The Hawkeyes are coming off a loss at Ohio State Sunday afternoon, a loss that allowed Indiana to clinch the Big Ten crown really from their couch. They didn't have to leave their homes to do so. But as we head into this final week of the regular season, things are far from settled.
Oh, absolutely. Sort of fitting that we're down here in the historic archives of the Herald-Times, as you will, as Indiana's entering that rarefied air that typifies the IU basketball program with a share of the Big Ten title in hand. But they want to get it outright, something that happened in 2013, and the last outright title before that was 1993. So Indiana has 2 games to get that feat accomplished, and heading to Iowa, a game that looked daunting to say the least early in the year, looks a lot more winnable now. But Indiana's in a position where, even though it has that share of the Big Ten title in hand, it could also wind up in a 5-way tie for first in the Big Ten and could wind up with the 5th seed in the Big Ten tournament if the chips go the wrong way.
Not a lot of clarity yet at the top of the Big Ten standings. Not a lot of clarity in the Indiana starting lineup as we wait to see the status of Robert Johnson, who missed Thursday's game at Illinois with an ankle sprain. No official updates from Indiana today. I imagine we'll once again have to wait until just prior to tip-off to get a real feel for things. Troy Williams also left for a large swath of the second half on Thursday, Illinois. He had a thigh bruise, although I'm not sure that that is really viewed as very serious.
Right.
I'm not sure that that would really impact his availability Tuesday at Iowa. But the Robert Johnson situation gets a little interesting, especially when you consider the conference implications that are at play, the fact that they were able to clinch a share on Sunday. There's a bit of a luxury now. You can at least rest him. There's no real sense of rushing him back just to be back for Iowa.
Right. Indiana's in a good position where it can let Robert Johnson fully heal. There's not a lot on the line here. I mean, obviously they can improve their Big Ten standing. They can improve their NCAA seeding, those things. But they can also, if they don't play Robert Johnson, say, look, this guy was injured, he didn't play, and we lost this game or that game, whatever the case may be, and it won't really hurt their standing much from that perspective. Given all that, I would say it would be somewhat unlikely that Robert Johnson plays against Iowa. I think it's probably more important to have him back, and if he's able to come back for the Maryland game, I think that probably suits Indiana's needs even more so than on the road at Iowa. I think we saw last week that Indiana's capable, at least in a short-term situation, of sort of covering for his absence. The only question is, will Iowa pull out some of the full court pressure with Robert Johnson missing? And I think that's the one thing they could do to try and tilt things in their favor. Really
tough turnaround for Iowa when you look at the schedule here, coming off that really flat performance of just an awful first half for the Iowa Hawkeyes. Not much better in the second half, falling at Ohio State on Sunday. You wonder where they are mentally just coming off this quick 2-day turnaround.
Yeah, I think some of their players were asked about that post-game on Sunday, and the answer was basically, I don't know. So, you know, I think Iowa is definitely in a tough situation. The good news for them is they get back home, and they really don't have any time to think about it. They've just got to get back out on the court and play with a Sunday-Tuesday turnaround, whereas Indiana's been idle since last Thursday. They know exactly what's at stake. They're as rested as they can be and as healthy as they can be under the circumstances. So given all that, I think it'll be a good battle in Iowa City.
9 o'clock ESPN. You can follow the game on Twitter. We'll be there. Mike Miller HT at JP Price. Just 2 more games left in the regular season before we close the books.